Okay, we will call the meeting to order. All three districts are present. Notice of the meeting was properly posted on January 24th, 2025. Is there a motion to approve the minutes of January 13th?
So moved.
Motion carries.
Oh, sorry.
That's all right.
Yeah. Aye.
Okay, yeah, all in favor, say aye. Aye. All right. Item number 2, discussion possible action regarding ARPA projects.
Nothing.
That was simple. Item number 3, TIF 1 or TIF 2 and TIF 2A budget. Stacy?
No changes.
Okay, item number 4, discussion possible action regarding capital improvements list.
I changed some of the schedules in that list, so it's a little bit different than you've been getting. Just updated.
Okay, what was changed?
Mostly the completion dates on several of the projects. I just went back through and updated them.
Okay. Any questions from the board?
None. I'll move to receive report.
Second. All right, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Okay. Owner's rep report for ARPA projects. Where's Bill today?
Well, I think it just got a little too cold for Bill, so he headed to Arizona, so he's not with us.
Poor guy.
Yeah. But good morning. For the elevators, summarize all of those together. We are finalizing the design from the 480 connection for the 480 connection in lieu of the 280 volt. That's in progress over at the ICB, as we brought up in the past. We've recently finalized the submittals of the last elevator, and we're waiting to get a delivery date back from Kone on that in order for us to understand the schedule impact there, but we hope to have that shortly. For the court clerk and social distancing, constructions began, abatement is in the process, and those requirements have been defined. We had attached some photos to the presentation or our update that shows some of the progress up on the 5th floor. Clerk's books, we're still on track for needing the north side March 31st, that being the wall, moving the wall.
Is that actually a little ahead of schedule? Or no?
No.
No?
We're
Okay.
just on schedule. Yes, sir. For the annex, security and front entrance, of course, we've been fighting weather conditions there. However, this week looks like it's going to be promising, and we've started progressing with the exterior concrete as far as rebar and waterproofing this week, and hopefully we can make some progress there. As for the interior, here again, we held off a week to start the platform for phase 3, but that will start this evening for phase 3. And for those of you, as you're going in and out of the annex, you can kind of see where the walls, temporary walls, are going to be for that platform. It's in blue tape down there, so in the event you're interested. I'm sorry?
Well, it'll be done overnight, the entire, is that right? Is it planned?
I don't think it'll be overnight, but I would say by Wednesday it'll be.
Okay.
Yeah, yes, sir. Drainage, the culvert 99% complete there. They're going back through and touching up some QC issues and finalizing their surveys.
What were the QC issues on that?
I think some of it is just after they had installed those and gone back, and some erosion that took place that they needed to better backfill in and around that type of issues. We discussed the elevators, behavioral health. We broke ground there. Last week we had our presentation from the testing laboratories, and I believe we're moving forward with selection this week with them.
I think there'll be an award on Wednesday.
How's the dirt work progressing?
Slowly.
The existing jail HVAC, we're progressing nicely over there. We've also attached some progress photos associated with that. I know the maintenance team and is working closely with our subcontractor as far as coordinating access to the different pods and areas. But as far as finalizing the scope of work there, I believe we're presenting our final contract changes, extending some of those unit prices that'll take us up through the rest of the floors. As you recall, we originally did we defined the 7th floor as a test to see if those unit prices were good, and the contractors are sticking with those, so we're able to extend those, and I believe those will be presented
Wednesday or Monday.
Okay.
It'll be one of the next 2 meetings.
What work still remains to be done in the basement?
We're getting close there. I believe the only thing I know that, based on our meeting last Tuesday, was they just needed to touch up some final duct work for where they put in the dampers down in that area, but we're close.
Okay.
Very close.
I have a question on the social distancing. So the next meeting, I don't think they're meeting this Thursday. Is next meeting the first Thursday in February on the 6th? Is that correct? You know, the construction meeting. I was thinking they skipped this Thursday.
You're talking about the 5th floor? of
Yes,
this
I'm sorry.
building?
Yeah, yes, I'm sorry. 5th floor.
I think there's a pre-work meeting scheduled for next week. I can't remember off the top
You
of my
let me
head.
know when it is.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, we could let you know.
And then on clerk's first floor, so is there communication on the deadline of March 31st? Are you anticipating any conflict with that between them being finished by the 31st for the?
Well, we've not received an update from the clerk's office that.
I think Keith has one.
About that. Yeah, I met last week to finalize what needed to be done. The ceiling contractor was in over the weekend. The flooring contractor was in over the weekend. I've not been down there this morning, but there should be very little left to do before the books can be moved. There was some question about fire sprinkler heads that were falling just above the grid when the grid was changed from a 2x4 grid to a 2x2 grid. There was one fire line that was in the way, and it was agreed upon to go ahead and install a 2x4 tile to accommodate that sprinkler head. And so I think things are going reasonably well, and we should find ourselves on schedule.
Thank you, Keith.
Anything else?
Questions?
I'll move to receive report.
All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Thank you.
Item number 6, update on the meetings from the Citizens Oversight Advisory Board.
They did meet, and they passed a resolution in support of the sales tax going forward to support the construction and operations of a new jail. And that recommendation will be brought to the county commissioners Wednesday.
Okay, and that was unanimous, correct?
It was.
All right. All right, any citizen participation? Seeing none, or any board comments?
No, I'll just move to receive Stacy's report though on that last agenda item.
All those in favor, say aye.
Aye. My only comment would be congratulations to the Chiefs and the Eagles. And I would make a motion to adjourn.
Second. All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Okay. Let's see here. There we go. There we go. Am I on the right one here? Still on the right one here. Sorry, I'm getting back together here. There we go. Okay. Right. We'll call the PBA meeting to order. Again, all 3 districts are present. Notice of the meeting was properly posted January 24th, 2025. Is there a motion to approve the minutes of January 13th?
So moved.
All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Okay. I'm sure we have this one.
I think so.
No, it's moving. Okay. Item number 2, ARPA projects.
No comments. I'll defer to the owner's rep.
Item number 3, TIP 2A.
That's back in BOCC. I'm sorry.
Oh, sorry.
Back in that.
Got it, Richard. My fault. Okay. So we're on item number 3 then. Yeah. Update from the owner's rep for PBA ARPA projects.
For the emergency ops, we are progressing nicely out there. We've attached some progress photos that show some of the work on the exterior as well as work on the interior as far as standing up walls and roughing in there. So progressing nicely with that project.
One more thing on that project, as you recall, there was a radio project that emergency management had that underran quite a bit. and he got it past the boards to move that money to the Emergency Ops Center, so we can pick up some additional alternates that were bid but not awarded. So you'll be seeing that in the next month or so, where we're going to add to that project.
For the elevators, those are the same as I reported in the VLCC update. Just waiting to hear back on final delivery dates of that last elevator in order to finalize schedule there. For the ICB remodel, I know Bill has been spending a lot of time with Lingo and working to try to bring the project into budget. They are working with their Lingo subcontractors to get that buyout where it needs to be. I believe by the end of January they'll have it where it needs to be budget wise, and they can progress with the construction there. We don't believe that there's been any impact to the schedule as far as a completion date.
Okay.
That's all I have, unless you have any questions.
So how soon do we need to identify the path forward on the 37th Street? What's working on that?
They would like us to start in September and have it complete by the end of the year, of the calendar year. And District 1 is aware of that day.
Are they planning on, District 1 is taking that project on?
Yeah, I think they're hoping for participation from the other two districts, but they're the lead on that. It's in their district. They've been working with Oklahoma City. They're not getting much help from Oklahoma City at this point, but there is at least a defined schedule for 37th Street.
Okay. Thank you.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I'll make the motion to receive report.
Second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Okay, items 4 and 5, updates on the ICB exterior and interior respectively.
There's really nothing new except that we've asked those people who are accustomed to parking in the alley between the courthouse and the annex to not do so. We've made arrangements for the judges that park there to park in the basement of Metro Parking. We've asked contractors to simply drop off and pick up in the alley and park elsewhere. We don't have cranes set up yet. We don't have construction trailers set up yet. And so it appears as though there's plenty of space for everyone to park. That's not going to remain the case. And so I would encourage people early to get into the habit of drop off, pick up, and then exit the alley.
When do you anticipate the cranes being present?
I don't have a number on that. You know, my understanding is when they were supposed to begin scaffolding mid-February or first part of February for the ICB. So, not sure.
I'll move to receive report.
Second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Okay, any citizen participation? Seeing none. Any board comments?
None.
Nope. Okay. Any new business?
I'll move to adjourn.
Second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.